moving through those planes began to open for me a greater connection. Then I became deeply aware of my inner partners, the subconscious that is the manager of the body in which we live, that beats the heart, it breathes for us, it handles all the intricate systems and senses. And I came to know that inner partner as a real being. At first, she was ginger. And I was just aware of her at that stage. And my high self, from the soul level, the spirit of life coming through, became stronger and stronger. Every single morning, from 3:30 to 4:30, after the first few mornings were shorter, I was in that meditation. It was a quiet, there was no one to disturb me. And in the early stage, I was told to have a pen and pencil, and paper. And when something clicked, I was to write it down. And in a short time, I was writing a great deal of what I was receiving. And in 1976, I had gone to Findhorn in 1972 after this clearance of the planes. And I lived there for 12 years. And in the process, in my 1976, I began to have a wonderful experience in the fourth dimension, in what was called a temple of wholeness, a magnificent place. And it was a healing place. And it was a little violet flame. And many people asked me to see them in the temple. And some wonderful healing did take place. And so that stage, I was beginning to share the messages coming through. And one day, in my home, I had a guest room, and one day a young girl came to be there for 3 months. And my auntie was quite young, so that I felt it was better for her to be with me than just in the main community. And her mother came up several times. And one time her mother came up and said, "Sarah, these things that you're saying must be written. You must write a book." I said, "Oh, I don't know anything about writing, and I've never written anything like that. I don't have time." The next time she came, she and my auntie came to me, and they said, "We have a plan. We're going to take you down to Wilsey, this magnificent estate in Kent, in southern England, and protect you with everything you need, and you're going to write a book." Well, they did. They kidnapped me. And I started writing. I started putting on tape and then started writing. And the result of that, in 6 weeks, I had the main part of the book, An Inner Journey from the Center.
Esse é um aspecto que eu acho muito interessante na vida da Sara, é a simplicidade. Né? Ela não assume uma postura de uma mestra, de um guru. Né? Ela é uma pessoa que tem uma sabedoria e as pessoas percebem essa sabedoria, mas ela é muito simples, né? É uma pessoa que tem uma beleza simples, ela fala de uma forma simples. E eu acho que isso é muito importante.
Eu aprendi, especialmente, eu acho que é aceitar as pessoas nesta forma eles são, porque ela é um exemplo para isso. Ela aceita as pessoas com amor, com o coração aberto, em uma forma amorosa. Eu nunca visto antes.
I had an experience that later was explained to me. I didn't understand at the time. The soul that I knew as Amakor, that I had always been working with, left my body, and a stronger soul entered. And the new soul had great healing power. And at the time of the operation, my friends were told I'd probably never walk again without crutches. But much to everyone's surprise, as this new soul took over, I had a tremendous healing. It took gradually 3 years for complete healing, but I was completely healed. I have had a serious case of osteoporosis and was wearing a very heavy metal brace. A friend in Chicago sent me a little part of a book called The 5 Tibetan Rites that bring in balance the 7 main chakras in the body. When they're in balance, we have new strength, more like a youth. The story was that the author of the book, Peter Kelder, had met an old man, was nearly 70 years old, was very bent over and walking with a cane. And they became very good friends. He had been a military officer in the British Army. And they started talking, and they met regularly for lunch once a week. One day, the old man came in very excited, and he said, Peter said, "Is something special happening to you?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "When I was in India, I heard of a place in the Himalayas where people were rejuvenated. He said, I don't know if it's real or this, but I saved my money, and I'm going to try to find it." So the old man took off. 3 months later, Peter had a card from his postcard saying, "I'm sure it's real, but it's in Tibet, and it's very hidden. And I'm trying to learn a special dialect to see if I can get to it." Then he didn't hear anything for 3 years. He thought, well, the old man is living now. Then one day the phone rang, and the doorman said, "There's a Colonel B here to see you." "Oh," he said, "send him right up." So he opened the door, and here stood a young man, dark hair, strong. And he said, I was expecting an old friend. He said, "I'm here to tell you about Colonel B." So he came in, they started talking. Then he realized that what he was revealing was things that only they had shared earlier. It was the old man. And so there were 5 rites. The first one is just twirling. The second one, lay down, raise the head and feet over the head, which brings a strong balance. The third one is kneeling, moving full body forward and then back, pulling the shoulders back. The fourth one is forming, just sitting, rising up and forming a table of the body with the legs and arms being the legs of the table. And the fifth one is part of the salute to the sun. It is lying down, raising the body, and then coming down almost to touch again.